Hello, everyone. My name is Trey, and I'm with Student of the Leaf. This is episode number 1. So, actually, before we get into everything, we go ahead and do something. This one's by Crown Heads, The Road Show. I think I'm ready to go. So, today, I actually have a special guest with me, co-host.
Hello, everyone. My name is Warren. I'm here with the Student of the Leaf. It's our first episode. I hope you enjoy today.
All right. So I think that today what we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to cover something which is very, very important, which is the cigar culture. Why is it important? Because it is the culture. Let's go ahead and light up a cigar, actually.
Very cool. Yeah, so today we're having a mystery cigar. Kind of ironic because there's an M on it. It's supposed to be for Meerkat, right? So it's from the factory of La Galera.
That's correct.
Yeah, so it's from the La Galera factory. However, that factory makes cigars for other companies, and they wouldn't tell us what cigar they made this for. But yeah, we'll just try it out and see what happens.
So I do want to clarify one thing. So La Galera, just like with most cigar companies, cigar brands, they all interchange, they all give tobacco and stuff like that to other companies and such. So they don't exclusively make cigars for other companies. This is just one that they had a blend for, but they won't give the blend to anyone else or tell what's in the blend. It is definitely a mystery right now. So.
Yeah, this one I've actually had. So hopefully you enjoy this one.
We will see. We shall see. So cigars, just like anything else, wine, alcohol, coffee, tea, it's all subjective. So it all goes off of your own flavor profile, what you enjoy, what you don't enjoy.
Correct.
And there's nothing wrong with that, because we're all individuals, right?
Mm. I really like this one.
Oh, yeah.
Told you.
Oh, it was my first couple of puffs.
Okay.
Let me get a quarter way into it, and I'll let you know if I really, really like it or not.
Well, anyway, let's tell everybody our story and how we got into the culture.
All right. So I guess since I'm the older one here, I'll start with my story. So I actually got into cigars way back in 2005. The place where I was actually in Iraq. As a hospital foreman, it's kind of stressful, but honestly, the 1st and the 15th, I kind of used smoking cigars as a way of de-stressing from the day-to-day stress that I did have. I just got paid, and I was still, here on this earth. So for me, it was more of a celebration to smoke a cigar. 1st and 15th.
Did they provide the cigars for you, or did you have to buy them?
So the military didn't provide any tobacco products to us or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you had to purchase that. So I found a company, Cigars International, who would ship over to FPOAP addresses.
Okay.
And at that time, back in 2005, that was the only one that I knew. And just doing, a Google search, that was the first one that came up for me. So I would get my cigars in, didn't know what I was ordering, didn't know what I was doing. I think I went with Romeo and Julietta's.
Yeah.
Because Romeo and Juliet, oh my gosh, that sounds so cool. Wasn't a really big fan. I don't even remember which one I got at that time. But for 9 months, that was pretty much what I was ordering. So when I got out in 2009, I decided that I wasn't going to have any tobacco products. So I went from actually smoking cigars on the 1st and 15th out there in Iraq to coming back home and doing hookah, essentially. So I kind of left the cigar world behind for a little bit of time, and then, like I said, in 2009, I got out and decided not to have any tobacco products. It wasn't until like 2016, I had a buddy of mine worked at the VA, and he was like, "Hey, you smoke cigars?" Good friend of mine, John Bolton, really good friend of mine. But he invited me to come with him to one of the cigar lounges. And this is what changed my life and deciding that it's time to actually engulf myself in the culture. Is when I went there, it seemed like everybody was friendly. And they were willing to separate from the knowledge that they had about cigars and give it to somebody who was a complete novice like myself. Of course, sharing a drink as well too, but everybody had that mindset of giving. And so that's actually what drew me into cigars more so than the cigar itself initially. So that's how I got into it. How about yourself?
All right, so yeah, so I got into it honestly because I used to work for this company where I was like catering for people who were like literally millionaires and billionaires. And one day we're at like some type of party, and the party favor of the event was cigars. And so I ended up like basically stealing a couple of them and taking it home with me at the end of the day.
No. We don't want to say stealing. I mean,
Tactically acquiring is what we say in the military.
Tactically acquired. There we go.
Excuse me. So yeah, I tactically acquired a few cigars, and then I was living with my grandparents at the time, so you know how grandparents can be. So I smoked it like secretly in the backyard one day, and you know, I just felt mischievous about it. And I don't think I really enjoyed it very much because I just wasn't relaxed. It was just like, oh, let me just try this out in the backyard, and hopefully my grandparents don't know, kind of thing. And then years later, I joined the military, and I became friends with somebody like me that has expensive tastes and just like exploring, going to different places. And he ends up taking me to a cigar shop in Japan where we were stationed. And the cigar shop had Cubans, so I was really intrigued by the idea that they had Cubans because we couldn't get in the United States. And so my first Cuban was a Cohiba Siglo No. 3, and I really didn't know how to compare it to a regular cigar at the time, but I really enjoyed it. And we went back several times after the first time we went there. And then I didn't really start getting into it until I moved back to the United States, and I met this guy right here. So
welcome to the cult.
Yes, welcome to the cult. So yeah, and knowing that we had a common interest, it kind of bonded us together. And then ever since then, we've been smoking cigars, and he introduced me more into the culture. Because like I said before, like it was just me trying a cigar on my own, to me trying with one other person, to him engulfing me into the culture. So that's when I started coming to the lounge for the first time, where there's like literally 15, 20 people in the building. Because the last cigar lounge in Japan, it was literally just us in the room. There was like nobody else.
So
it was empty.
So would you say that every cigar lounge that you've been to, because I mean you've been to multiple ones now at this point,
yes,
do they all have the same type of feel, or
no? Totally different. Right? Totally different. So I've been at 3 here in this area, and totally different vibe. This is my favorite. The Sequoia Lounge in Visalia is the best.
Oh, so by the way, we are here.
See what I'm repping?
In Visalia, California, at Sequoia Cigar Company once again.
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, this one has more of an intimate type vibe.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like a man's man cave, if you will. In this video, I'll go ahead and do some shots around this actual shop and everything, so you can actually understand what I'm talking about. But I mean, we'll talk about taxidermy, animals, bobcats. We have mountain lions, just everything. Of course, we have TV, so we can watch the sports and stuff like that too. But going back to your first experience when you tactfully acquired the cigars, did you actually inhale? Did you throw up?
Oh no, absolutely not. No, I knew not to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know how I knew that, but I just knew you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
So
I don't think I've ever actually inhaled a cigar into my lungs either, because the first time that I had it, I actually had it with, he was a contractor out there in Iraq, and they would always barbecue and stuff like that. So he was like, hey, come on over. And so that's actually what got me really into it. He gave me a cigar, and he was like, okay, you don't want to take it all the way into your lungs, or you will get sick. You'll take it into your lungs, you'll probably choke, you'll throw up, something. Did not want to do that. Didn't want to be that guy. So that didn't happen to you.
No, absolutely not.
So anybody out there, do not take it into your lungs if
Yes.
it's your first time smoking a cigar. So anyway, going back to the different fills, I know you said this is one of your favorite ones. The one in Japan, you said it was kind of small.
Oh, it was very, very small, very intimate. So it's one of those places where you want to bring somebody that you really care about. It's not really a place where you want to bring a whole bunch of people into there. Like you want to bring somebody you're dating, which we did that before, or you want to bring like somebody like you. You know what I'm saying? Me and you just going out there and hanging out. Very, very, very intimate. Yeah, the ambiance was very dark. Like it's like you're in a wine cellar almost. Like very low lighting. And it's just
I don't know if I would want to, sit in a very dark room
with me.
with my buddy.
Okay.
I mean, nothing against you. You are a really great friend, but that kind of seemed a little bit too intimate.
Okay.
Turn on the lights just a little bit.
No.
Don't light any candles. No, I want the lights.
Whatever. But it is such a classy place. You like when you go in there, you feel like you're in the 1950s. It's crazy. And the guy that works there, he's super knowledgeable about all the wines and the scotches.
Okay.
He can tell you what cigar pairs with what drink.
Almost like sommelier.
Yes, and he even wore like the butler dress, like the black vest and the white shirt and everything. So you really felt like you were in a just really, really classy place, and that's what I really liked about it also.
So what about the culture, has really brought you in more so to the cigar world?
For me personally, I still think of cigars kind of like a status symbol. Because obviously these things are like more expensive than a pack of cigarettes just for one stick, a lot of times. So I've always associated like people that smoke cigars with people that have like wealth or whatever. And for me, that's what I want in my life. I want to be around people who have a common interest. And I found that going into cigar lounges, a lot of people are well off usually, and it's pretty nice being around people that have that same mindset of being wealthy and just enjoying life in general and sharing connections. Like you never know like what kind of person you'll meet and if you'll need that person for anything. Like there's a guy I met and he was a math professor, and I was going through college and I needed help with my math. He's like, hey, yeah, I'll help you with your math. So like things like that is really important. We get around people who are successful and they have knowledge and they're able to exchange ideas and information.
Yeah,
that's really what I look for. It's not like wealth, necessarily like, oh, I'm looking for money for this person, but it's like wealth and information and knowledge, which will help you elevate your game in life. So that's what I really like.
I agree. I mean, honestly, being wealthy in the mindset.
Yes.
More so than, like you said, tangible, monetarily or anything like that. So that's one of the things that I love about the cigar culture is that this right here is the great equalizer. Not the specific cigar, any cigar.
Facts.
Big facts. Is the great equalizer itself. So we could be sitting next to a lawyer. We could be sitting next to a professor. We could be sitting next to a guy who fixes cars or whatever, but he wants to come in and relax and enjoy a cigar. And you never know who you're sitting next to until you actually engage them.
Exactly.
So for that hour and a half to 2 hours, and some of the bigger ring gauges, close to 3 hours smokes, you have whoever you're sitting around's attention if you choose to engage them in conversation.
Correct.
In this world where we're constantly on phones and, technology just has our attention on a constant basis, this right here is a nice pace. To actually engage somebody in conversation, it's a great thing. And like I said, people are just willing to share that knowledge with you.
Absolutely.
So there's been conversations, and it always doesn't surround the cigars itself.
Yes. Yeah, we were talking about that. Like 90% of the conversations that we have here are not about cigars. The first thing you might ask, like, oh, what you smoking today? Well, I'm having this. And, oh, what are you having? Kind of thing. And then after that is just, whatever you want to talk about. And it's very stimulating. It's relaxing. Like I have a wife and a child, and I work and everything. So this is just, a place where I just remove myself from all that and just, like I said, exchange information, and I become wealthy every time I leave out of this place. Like I learned something I didn't know before. Versus me being at home and, on my phone, on social media, like Trey said before. It's just one of the places to be. Like, so if you're first time, find your local cigar shop and just check it out, see what it's like.
So on that note, most people associate cigars with alcohol, and that's not always the case. Cigars pair with a lot of different drinks out there. It pairs with coffee, sodas, tea, of course alcohol. So you have champagne, you have your whiskeys. So right now, what are you drinking?
Mine's a cappuccino.
Oh, he has a cappuccino.
Yeah, it's cappuccino.
And this wasn't the drink that I really wanted, but this is the drink that they would give me, which is pretty good. This is a
espresso tonic.
Espresso tonic. Really unique. It's not for everybody. If you like tonic water, it's really, really good. If you like espresso, it's really, really good. But mixed together,
I don't like it. To be honest with you, I hate it. It's literally like you love it or you don't. It's no in between, really. It's that different.
It really is.
It's different.
It really
That's
is.
all I gotta say about it.
And I love it. The first sip I had, I was like, ooh, what is this?
Yeah, I was like, no.
Second sip, I was like, okay, I can kind of get with this. Third sip was like, okay, I see why they have this on the menu, because it is different, but it's refreshing and it's good in my opinion. But just like with everything, it's subjective. So,
correct. Yeah, my favorite, it kind of depends on the cigar for me. Like I know, like Tabernacles, a freaking Coke is wonderful. I think like darker Maduro cigars, like sodas. I don't know. I feel like red wine like complements most cigars, in my opinion, like cabs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a port with a cigar?
No, I've had port.
So I would highly recommend trying a port with a cigar. Depends on, once again, the type of cigar that you have. If you have a darker Maduro, kind of earthy, that counterbalance with that sweetness from the port,
correct,
and that dark earthy, like it works well together. My personal opinion.
Yeah. Champagne. I was just about to say. Yeah. Never go wrong with the champagne.
Yes.
Champagne
and cigars are phenomenal. Let me see. Of course, go with my scotch. That's my all-time, go-to drink. Scotch and cigars. It just works well. It's classic. But anything. I mean, I drink Dr. Pepper when I don't want anything alcoholic. Coffee, of course. Sparkling water. Yeah, we did that the other day. It's pretty good. Yeah. So anyway, the culture itself. I think honestly, it's starting to turn towards a younger crowd, where people are just coming into it because of what they knew that their fathers and grandfathers did. And honestly, maybe I'm saying that it's the younger crowd because we're just now getting into it ourselves.
Yeah.
You know,
What's young though for you though? Like
young,
30 and below? 35?
young for me is like early 20s, so like 22, 24.
I mean, I haven't really seen a lot of 20s though, besides myself.
Oh, I have.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, the thing about it is, cigars, they're really not going anywhere.
No, absolutely not. I'd be, really surprised.
It's really not going anywhere, and honestly, I think that as it keeps going, I mean, it's just like with anything, it gets passed down to the next generation.
Right.
So even though, like I said, we're really involved in it now, we're seeing some young people, and probably our parents said the same thing. Their parents said the same thing. You know, that they're seeing more younger and younger people getting into it.
Yeah. So how many relatives do you have that do smoke cigars? Because I literally can't think of one. I don't know one person in my family that does.
I know actually literally one person in my family who does.
Only one? I think maybe my grandpa did, the one that died like years ago, but I don't really know.
Now the uncle in Kentucky, he's probably going to be going to the Big Smoke this year.
Really?
And he smokes cigars, and he's like, "Yeah, I see you smoking your cigars, young blood. Keep doing your thing." Will do. Anyway,
yeah, it's kind of weird because, like, I mean, my son is only like 2 years old almost, so like part of me is like, man, I hope he doesn't take up the habit as well. But at the same time, I don't know. It would be kind of cool, like when he's older, he's like smoking cigars with me, you know. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, right. I mean,
When my
it's
son's
bonding.
of age, yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think.
So for me, it's not so much of a habit because I don't wake up in the morning
True.
and
Very
actually crave, I need to have a cigar.
Very true. Yeah, you're
Um,
right about that.
I don't feel like, I have to have a cigar every day or anything like that.
Mhm.
For me,
Mhm.
and this is just strictly me, I can actually go a week or whatever without a cigar, but what keeps bringing me back is this right here.
Correct.
It's the bonding, it's the conversations that we have and stuff like that. There's been plenty of times where I've been at the house and then like I get a text message or a call like, "Hey, you want to have a cigar?" And I'm like, not really. And then I think about it, I'm like, you know what? It'd be nice just to sit and talk with
Correct.
my good friend.
Yeah.
Warren. So
I agree with that. Yeah, that's what I really like about it too. Like, it's a lot more of a healthy option. Like you were talking about hookah before. Oh my god, that's super unhealthy. That's like smoking multiple packs of cigarettes at once. And then you don't inhale this. There's no like chemicals in it. It's completely natural. So that's another reason to love cigars too. So
yeah,
and it's not addictive, like you said.
Yeah, there's no chemicals that's added.
Yeah.
It's whole leaf tobacco. And you don't take it into your lungs. I mean, yes, you have some nicotine that comes with it, but you're not actually taking it into your lungs. Whereas in hookah, you do take into your lungs.
Every single bit of it.
Every bit of it. And I was noticing, and that's why I stopped back in, like I said, 2009.
Oh, it was affecting your health or something?
Yes, it was actually affecting my health and running and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And then I
Smoker's
noticed that I was actually coughing up like this thick mucus and stuff like that, which was bad. So that's why I was like, no, I'm done. So I stopped all tobacco products at that time because I'm like, I don't know. And then once I started getting myself educated, I started learning that cigars are actually a little bit healthier than any of the other.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we know a lot of old people, live and well, kicking it. So
90s,
100s, still smoking cigars. I'm like, it can't be that bad for you. So, but yeah, cigarettes, obviously.
Well, they say that this is made from leaves, so it's basically a salad. So I guess it's right.
Yeah, sure. A very well done cooked salad. Yes. But you don't.
That's all I mean. Anyway, so we just wanted to really. I mean, hey, on the weekends I do my stand-up.
Yeah, I see that. Nice ride. That was good. You guys aren't gonna laugh at that, but
No.
it's cool. So let's take a break from the cigar culture. What do you think about this mystery meerkat so far?
Now that I'm quarter of the way in,
Yes.
it's actually it's a phenomenal smoke. Honestly, the draw is phenomenal. There's like hardly any resistance, but it's not super loose either. You know, it's burning super evenly.
Correct.
I mean, I literally just ashed it right now, and that burn is phenomenal.
Phenomenal. The draw, like you said.
The flavor itself. Just a little bit of retro hell with it.
Oh, you did that?
Not as smooth as the Antonio. But
Yeah, I think I've tried it before. I'm like, nah, it's not good for retro, but
yeah.
Very floral-ish to me.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of floral notes.
Which is different from what I typically go for. I don't like a lot of pepper, but there's like hardly any pepper in here whatsoever.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of white pepper I've been getting, but I typically go for cigars that have like the coffee notes, undertone to it. But this isn't earthy. It's really just a well-made cigar. I mean, I'm getting a little bit of probably some hazelnut. Very, very faint. And I got that when I did the retro, actually.
Yeah, it reminds me of like if you could put white wine in a cigar, this would be it. It tastes like white wine to me.
Riesling? Sauvignon Blanc?
Like a Grigio to me.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not sweet. It's like Riesling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's light, but it's like not medium. It's like slightly below medium.
Correct. Yeah.
It's nice though. I like it. I like it a lot. So that's pretty much it for the culture that I can think of that really brought me into it, that really got me to enjoy the culture. It's really the people. It's really the people.
Like, you know, people that I've introduced as well. Like, I've recruited people to the cult, like further road, you know, and you know, now he comes over to my house, we'll have, you know, some type of beverage, you know, like usually it's like scotch and Dr. Pepper or something like that. Yeah, so we'll talk about like finances and stuff like that, and you know, business, like, you know, it's pretty cool. So eventually I do want to get to the point where we're like literally talking about business and stuff like that, smoking cigars. It'd be pretty cool. Like a good way to have like a meeting with somebody. Like, hey, you know, I want to talk about this business over a cigar.
Yeah, I mean, they used to do it back in the day.
Exactly. You know, I don't play golf, but you know,
like
I know a lot of people do that too, like golf and cigars.
Yeah, and like inside of just me going off of TV shows and movies and stuff. Like that. I mean, you would see, you know, people inside of their office and stuff, and they would be smoking a cigar and actually talking business. You know, the leg up.
Yeah.
So tell me what you want to do, Bob. You know, like that sort of thing. You know.
That's like another thing. Like, I think about people like Michael Jordan, like all the famous sports players, and it's like this dude's like the GOAT of basketball, and he smokes cigars
during the games.
During the game, like as soon as he finishes the game,
going to the locker room,
fucking toking it up, man. So I'm like,
he would smoke before, during halftime,
yes,
and after.
So I'm like, it can't be that bad. So. There's actually a lot of sports players, a lot of them. But Michael Jordan's the one I think of the most. You know what? I saw Mike Tyson smoke cigars. You know that?
No, I did not know that.
Yes. You know what? I was in LA and I was looking up cigar lounges. And my grandpa lives in Inglewood, so there's a cigar lounge in Inglewood that I really want to go to, but apparently you have to have a membership to get in. They won't let you in unless, you know, you have a membership. So I guess like a lot of celebrities and like high profile people go there.
Okay.
Which I've never seen that before. It's like a really, really exclusive place. But yeah, they had a picture. You know, like you go on Google and you look at the reviews and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They had a picture with the guy that owns the shop, and he was taking a picture with Mike Tyson.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I was like, wow, okay.
Now, was this before the face tattoo or after?
Oh, way out here. Like recent.
Oh,
Probably like in the past few years or so.
okay.
Mhm.
Because I was trying to piece it together whether he was smoking cigars while he was fighting, or has it been since after?
Well, he fought this year, right?
I mean, yeah, he fought this
So,
year.
he came back from retirement, so.
But that was pretty much a scrimmage.
Yeah, it was just Exactly.
We don't want to talk about
Yes.
Nate Robinson.
Yes.
We don't want to talk about.
Yes, no. That was the funniest fight I've ever seen, man.
But
That
Nate
was
Robinson, he got in the ring though.
He did.
He got in the ring, so I'll give that to him.
There's only, yeah, we can't really say anything on the sideline.
Yeah, exactly,
You know what I'm
right?
saying? Not getting hit,
Exactly.
you know, so.
He put his
Yeah.
face on the line. I will not do that. You know, like I give it up to the MMA fighters, the boxers, any athlete that's actually out there doing something physical. Hats off to you, literally.
Yes.
Hats off to you.
I'm not gonna say my office. I'm bald, so.
Hey, Michael Jordan was too. He still is.
Yeah.
LeBron James, you know,
I'm still trying to get used to my baldness, you know?
embrace it, bro.
I'm trying to.
Michael Jordan did.
Wow. But, like, Michael Jordan, to be fair, like, he was, like, always bald. You know what I mean?
I mean, he wasn't. He was probably
Like, for the most part, like, in his NBA career, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
as a
People
kid, he
know
had hair.
him to be bald.
As a kid, he had hair.
Yeah.
In college, he had hair, right? And then he embraced the baldness.
Yes.
Embrace it. Anyway,
Yes. In time, yes.
same thing LeBron says, right?
Mhm.
In time.
Yep.
And Cleveland, Ohio, native son, got all my respect because you're out there still doing your thing at the age that you are as well. So keep doing your thing. Moving on. So this is one of my favorite cigar lounges as well. Like I said, because of the queens of it.
I really enjoy the people that come in here.
Correct. It's the people. Once again, it's the people that
It
make
really is.
the cigar lounge. I've been to cigar lounges where it felt like I was out of place.
Yeah.
Didn't feel welcoming or anything like that.
Mhm.
It just had that sterile type of environment, or the people that were there were in their own like world.
Correct. Yep.
Which, I mean, if that's your thing, you just want to go in and smoke your
Yes.
cigar and relax, that's definitely you. But for the culture itself, I enjoy the welcome.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Is that a word? Welcomingness?
Yeah, it is today.
It's a made-up word,
today.
right?
Yeah. I think
All words
so.
are made up, right?
Yeah, like, of course.
All
So
words
why
are
can't
made
we make it our own
Yeah,
words?
welcomingness.
Yeah. Yes. I like it.
So, with this being our first episode, we wanted to thank you all for tuning in. I think that's all that we can really talk about with the cigar culture. I mean, there's much more that we could talk about. But
We gotta
honestly,
save that for more episodes.
we do, right? We don't want to give away everything in
No,
the very first
no.
episode.
Exactly.
So, until next time, remember, enjoy yourself, keep learning, because we're all students of the leaf.